would have been. The line would have come right up through there. And it turns on 8th Street, which is the next street here, and heads back west. I stopped right here because that place right there actually is where my mom grew up. That was my grandparents' place. My grandma passed away in 1991. She lived there, the whole time I knew her. Right next door were my aunt and uncles. And so they were living, here in essentially the suburbs of Brainerd when it was first being built. This was, you look at like the suburbs that we build today, and there's a lot of kind of single-use, single-price point kind of places. This was not a rich neighborhood. It was not a poor neighborhood. It was really a neighborhood with a lot of mixture of incomes, mixture of house, price points. This actually was a pretty nice home. It was 2 stories. A lot of times when you get a 2-story home, they weren't built as 2 stories. They were built as single story and then added on. You can see some of these over here that are single story. That was kind of the way you started a house. You built the little place, 1 bedroom, maybe a 2nd bedroom. When you had another kid, you did an addition. Maybe you could move up then to a 2-story at some point. But you can see in this neighborhood, some of the original homes were 2-story, a little bit more affluent, kind of mixed in with everything. I know my mom told me when she was a kid, they used to go out at the end of the shift. They would go out and sit on the end of the street and watch the mill workers go by when the shift left. Everybody would get in their car and drive home. This would have been in the 1950s. So the paper mill was there operating, obviously, and they'd head out and watch everybody take off on their shift. But none of these streets were paved. They were all, dirt streets. And, she walked over to school when they went to school and didn't take the streetcar. The streetcar was long gone by then. But still, we're connected to the downtown and what was going on there. This neighborhood used to have a lot of little shops. There were little grocery stores here, little coffee shops, little restaurants, different services here and there. And Mill Avenue, where the streetcar used to run, was one of the main lines through here. So we're going to head up to 8th Street, head west. That would have been the street that the streetcar would have traveled right down the center of. It then turns right at Lowell School and heads back south. And so we'll stop at Lowell School, and if anybody needs a drink or whatever, we can get a drink.